How do you feel overall about the class you got on defense?
Fired up. Really, the guys that we have been on for a long time. We're a developmental program, so we don't recruit a lot of guys. So the guys we find, we're able to really fine tune it to make sure we're on the guys that fit our place, that fit our mentality, that fit what we want to do here. Obviously, I tell guys, football starts the conversation. How tall is he? How big is he? How fast does he run? But then finding the right guys with the right mental makeup is really where we take a ton of time. And so the guys that we've been on for a long time were the ones that we were able to sign. And really, the guys that we wanted, that we've been recruiting the longest, we were able to sign. And so that's the exciting part for us is not losing those guys late. The guys that were committed to us, or even the guys that committed to us later on in the process, we had been on and recruited for a long time to finally get here. So the needs that we know we needed to meet, we feel really good about meeting those, and more than anything, feel like we got the right guys in regards to the mental side of it, because that's the biggest thing. And I tell our team all the time, there is not a player that we recruit that is signed with us that doesn't know what he's getting into. I'm that way now more than ever, where it's this will be the hardest thing you do. This is what time you're going to wake up. This is the standard we're going to hold you to. So if you're about that, come on. And if you see a kid's eyes light up about how hard he's going to work in the grind, then okay, we're on the same page. If he's more worried about other things or a photo shoot, or you start talking about hard work and he starts looking around the room, it's probably just not the fit for us, right? So I'm excited about every single one of these guys knows how hard it's going to be here for them. They know the discipline, toughness that they're going to have to continue to grow and play with, and they're all about it. And they're all about being the best version. So I'm excited about meeting the needs that we knew were coming with this group, with the guys we lost. I'm excited to keep growing them.
One of those, the edge position, obviously. To plug in some guys with some D1 experience there. I mean, how big was that position, needing to get some guys that were proven and have played?
Oh, it's huge. At the end of the day, it all starts up front. And being able to not only bring in some D tackles, but especially some edge guys with the guys we lost was a huge part. We knew this was coming, right? So a lot of these guys we had been on, either as freshmen or transfer-wise. Once, some of these guys like Tyler Wegas, we recruited him out of high school. So we knew about him. Kevon Wright, we recruited out of high school. So we knew these guys, we knew their mental makeup prior to them going in the transfer portal, prior to them being transfers. So we knew that they fit us. They fit who we are from a mentality standpoint. And because we don't recruit a lot of guys, we surely don't recruit a lot of transfers. We're a developmental program, like I said, so we recruit these guys when they're in high school. So the transfer-wise, we want to make sure that it's the right fit from a mental standpoint, because we want to make sure everybody we bring in this building fits who we are and fits this place, and obviously can fit what we're doing defensively. So excited to meet the needs in regards to the edge up front, because we knew that was coming. And excited for these guys, and the majority of them are here now. They're training, they're getting into it, and they'll be able to go through spring ball, summer, all those things.
The replacing the key guys you lost, obviously, is going to be the storyline that until
the
first game is
no
going
question.
to be asking you 50 times about.
No
what
question.
Fans are talking about. I mean, is that? I mean, do you feel like that these guys that haven't maybe had the opportunity are going to have that chip on their shoulder, and maybe they're ready for this opportunity?
Absolutely. And the first meeting that I had with the defense prior to, or right when they came back from break, is guys, there's some really good things we did defensively in 2022, but you know what? Nobody cares, right? It is a whole new year, whole new team. 2023 defense is going to look very different. There's a good amount of guys that played a lot for us that are no longer here, and there's a lot of guys that have been working in the dark. Now it's time to continue to work and lie in the weeds, because obviously we know Washington's coming quick. We're aware of that. And so I'm just excited for our guys. And the biggest thing I tell our guys, we need to prove it every single day. This is the time of year where everybody wants to talk about who they're going to be, what they're going to do. For me with that group, it's we need to prove it. And how you prove it is how you show up here every single morning, how we're hitting these workouts, how we're going to go through spring ball, because there is a lot of guys that played a lot and did a lot of great things for us football-wise that are no longer in the building. And there's a lot of good young guys, or guys that have kind of been buying their time, that are waiting to show that they're ready. And once again, my thing is, we'll prove it. Prove it every single day. It's not going to be when we start fall camp, yep, I'm ready, coach. No, you got to prove it every single day. And our guys are excited to do that, because the thing that I'm most excited about this group is there's a standard with which we play defensively, and they are fired up to continue to uphold it and even push it forward. And so I'm excited for that with those guys. But to speak into where we're at, we got to keep proving it every single day.
Do you guys have any early enrollees?
We have a good amount of early enrollees. Majority, I don't have the exact number off the top of my head, but I believe we have, as a whole class, I think we have 11 early enrollees. So we have a good amount of guys that are here already training.
And those guys that are coming in, what are some of the things that they're that they're learning in their first 2-3 weeks here being a Bronco?
Yeah, obviously the main things for us is just teaching them the standard with which you do everything, right? How to handle a meeting, obviously learning all the different, workout standards and how we handle everything. So there is a progression in regards to anybody comes into our program as a football player. There's a progression to get them up to speed, right? Defensively, we have a progression to get them moving fast. In the weight room, they have a progression to get them to where they can train and excel their body. Academically, the same. So we're really going through that with them now. Obviously, this is our, going into our 4th week that they've been here. So, they're catching speed right now.
I don't know what you're willing to say, but I know of some specific schools I heard that really were talking to you, in terms of jobs and things like that. Obviously, we saw you got the new deal, but what you had it before with Auburn and stuff. I mean, what's the process like for you? What was it like where you were kind of fielding some interest from other places?
Yeah, BJ. I mean, it was something for me and my wife. Like, for me, and once again, not saying good, bad, indifferent, there was some different interest even prior to season being over, and I just deflected everything. Didn't even think about it. No, we're going to finish this game, finish the bowl game, and then after the bowl game, if there's still interest from whatever schools, then we're going to walk that path, pray about it, which is how me and my wife handle everything, and have a group of people that we talk to in regards to, pros, cons, whatever it might be. And so after the bowl game, there were some things that came up that me and my wife had to pray about and walk the path and talk with certain people about. But and I mean this, like, this isn't just because I'm sitting here in front of you. Like, there's different opportunities. We prayed about them and just continue to feel called to this place. Like, feel like this is where we want to be. These players that are in this room, even after the bowl game, talking to a lot of them, like, Coach, we want you here. And I'm looking, I'm like, I want to be here with you guys too. Like, I'm loyal to these kids. I care about them. I love them. Going into my 7th season coming up here at Boise State, which is crazy even saying, like, every single one of these kids on defense I've been able to recruit. I've been able to go in their living room and tell them, like, this is the standard with which you're going to live and this is what we're going to grow you to. And so, going through that process in regards to jobs and different things that came up, we prayed about it and walked the path. But when it all came down to it, it was like, no, we want to be here. And the only reason is because we love these kids, we love this place, and feel called to this place. And it really was, that's really our process. And some guys were, that's what we did. It had nothing to do about anything outside of that. It really was that for us.
I mean, I heard some. I don't want to say some Power 5, some name programs that I heard were interested in. It has to say a lot about this place.
Yeah.
I'm sure maybe even been more money. Who knows? But I mean, I guess you're not just saying that. You backed it up by being here still.
And that's what I mean. Like, different opportunities that on paper, I would have paid more money or different things, but for me and my wife, it was like, what matters to us? We love these kids. We love this place. This place has opened their arms to me and my wife. And we love it. It's become home for us. And being able to coach these kids consistently and continuing to do that was where we feel called.
And with that said, you now have the largest contract of any non-head coach in Boise State athletics history. Just
very thankful. No, and that's what I mean. And it was even. I'm so thankful for that. So thankful for the administration being able to do that because we love this place. We feel called to this place, and this is I told my wife this going through, like, I couldn't even imagine going up to some of these kids and telling them, hey, I'm leaving. I couldn't even think about it. That's just where, and we prayed about it, and we just feel called to this place. And so very thankful for the administration, what they did, and excited for the future. And I really do believe the best is yet to come for us here, and I'm passionate to be a part of it.
I guess talking about the class again real quickly, are there a few key words that would, there's over 20 people, they're all unique, but are there a few key words that maybe define the class?
Yeah, it's a good question. I would say a couple things that come to mind is passionate being one. Like, you go talk to a lot of these young men, they're passionate about playing football. They're just passionate young men. They're excited to be around. I would say another thing that just comes to mind is just personality. Like, you're around a lot of these young men, like, they got personalities through the roof in a good way. They will light up a room. There's some smiles that you guys will meet all these young men when they come here. Like, they light up a room, and love that about them. Like, these are leaders that are going to continue to push this place forward, but even the community. These are going to be young men that are going to go in the community, and this community is going to love being around them. Obviously, I'm excited for them to grow and to be really good football players for us, but more than anything, impact the community.